Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. I am presently getting ready for Bible study tonight. Well, actually it's called Thrive at our church, but excuse me, I'm getting ready for that. And so I have been promising beauty brains and bargains that I was going to do a video in response to her tag, which was 5 things that inspire me as an individual. First of all, thank you so very much for even thinking of me and wanting me to wanting to hear my response to that. I think that it's very humbling, and I think that's very kind of you, or just, I don't know, I'm just, really thankful that you feel that way. But anyway, let's get to the issue at hand. If you don't mind, while I'm getting ready, I wanted to go ahead and get this video uploaded, and so here we go. The first thing that inspires me as an individual, I would say, starting with number 1, would be God. I am a believer. I'm a born-again believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. And I believe in His Word. I was raised by my grandmother, and I was raised in an environment where I was exposed to that all of my life. And so it's never been a question for me, really, in terms of that. But I can say that I was raised Baptist, and later in life, I basically became non-denominational, meaning I don't ascribe to any denomination. I just believe in what the Bible says, period. Okay, and secondly, I want to say one thing that has inspired me. There have been members of my family that have inspired me. One, I'm not going to name all the people. I'll say that I was brought up around a lot of people in my family, per se, that were not only believers, but they were very business minded. A lot of people in my family were either business minded, or they were go-getters, or going to college, or just aspiring to do the best that they knew to do with the gifts that they were given in life, whether it be intellect, whether it be, some were good in business, some were good in law, or some were good in the education field, whatever, So that inspired me, I believe. I believe what you're brought up in, you can be brought up in poverty, actually, and that can be a motivating factor in your life to want to do better, or to aspire for better. Your situation doesn't have to dictate what you are going to become in life necessarily. Your environment does play a part, but it doesn't have to dictate your outcome. Secondly, I would say what inspires me are my children. I aspire to be, or it inspires me to be my best because of them. I honestly believe there are a lot of things that I could have gotten off in life had it not been for them, and wanting to be a good example to them. For instance, I'm not married, and so Not saying that I've been perfect all of my life. I mean, who can honestly say that? And if you have, wow, I guess you're Jesus. But just wanting to be the best that I could be. You know, I've never been a partier. I've never been one to, I mean, let me say, being a partier is one thing, but I guess it's just how you conduct yourself in life, period. You know, so my children inspire me because, like I said, I just want to do the best that I can to provoke them to do good, or to live a certain lifestyle that they will ascribe for more, or to be the best that they can be. Are they perfect? Certainly not. Certainly not. But, you know, I don't want my kids to look back and say, well, my mom never caused me to want to be better, or never caused me to want to do anything out of the norm in life. You know, that was the third thing. The fourth thing would be the women in my family. I've had some very strong women in my family. My grandmother, my mother. Even though I wasn't raised by my mother, I can say that my mother, we're closer now than we were when I was growing up because of circumstances at the time. But I can say that my mother today, I can look at her and say she's a very strong woman. She's a very strong woman in her faith. She's a very strong woman in her convictions, and she absolutely 100% stands by that. Also, I have aunties in my family that are strong women that have been the pillars in their families' lives. You know, I had a grandmother who was definitely the pillar of the family. She passed in 2006. This is the same one that I gave reference to, you know, raising me. And she and other women in my family were extremely strong women. And, you know, they knew how to, you know, they weren't rich. Some of them were well off than others, you know. But I can say that they absolutely were strong women. And then finally, number 5, there were strong men in my family. Starting with the man who raised me. When he came into my life, he married my grandmother, but I called him Daddy because he was the only father, real father, that I knew or could say that I had in my life. And so his love, his unconditional love for me, raising a child that wasn't his own, you know, at some point I started calling him Daddy. You know, everybody else called him Pop, or everybody else called him, you know, Pop Willie or whatever. But for me, he was Daddy because that's the only father or daddy that I knew. Then I had uncles. My Uncle Bill, who I'm still very close to this day, and my Uncle Pete. You know, although they made mistakes in their life, they very much had an imprint on my life. They made a huge difference in my life because they showed me how a man is supposed to treat a woman in terms of opening doors. And if the woman is cold, he'll take off his jacket or his sweater or whatever to put it on her shoulders. You know, in other words, my uncles and my dad were very chivalristic. And, you know, chivalry today is almost non-existent in, I would say, in the United States. I'm not going to say in other cultures, you know, but here in the United States, unfortunately, that's becoming less and less. And a lot of women are requiring, and they're not requiring men to do more. And like I said, you know, my uncles weren't perfect. They made mistakes in life. But I saw how they treated my grandmother. I saw how they treated my aunties, and definitely how they treated me. they were so loving, and they have always been supportive and loving towards me to this day, you know. So those are the 5 things that inspire me. And so in essence, I can say, when you put it all together, I would say that it's God, my family. God and my family. I've had teachers in my life that I can look back on. I've had employers in my life that I can look back on and say they were strong figures. They taught me how to have a positive attitude, or how to persevere, or how to just dig deep and try to bring out your best. And so I'm not finished putting on my makeup, guys, but you know, those were the ones who inspired me in life. And so hopefully, guys, you got something out of that. I'm going to finish putting on my makeup because I'm slightly distracted and everyone is waiting for me to come downstairs so that we can leave and be on time for Bible study tonight. But I want to say thank you so very much to my subscribers. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for your kind words. Thank you for the shout outs that some of you guys have done. I really didn't expect that, and I thought that was just so kind of you. But until the next time, I have to sign off, and thank you also for my those who've been sharing my videos, all of that, all of the support that you've provided. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.